training video on how to do a business search of any of the entities. So any of the entities involved in the Afghan Community Network are searchable online based on the corporation or LLC name. So in this case, we're doing WCTC. And everything is always online. Here we go. So World Collaborative for Transformative Community. This is the nonprofit, and you can see it says here the statement of information is complete, but if you it says 2017. That's interesting. So according to here, it says that the California Secretary of State notified us that you did not file your business entity's applicable statement of information for domestic nonprofit SI 100. So here's our statement of information, and all the information's there. The question is, how often they are due. So this says it's the tax year for 2018. How often are non-profit statement of information SI 100 due? Every member must file a statement of information within 90 days of registering and every 2 years thereafter during a specific 6-month filing period based on the original registration date. Based on the every 2 years thereafter during a specific 6-month filing period based on the original registration date as described in the chart below. Okay, so I think I see what's going on here. So we filed and registered in 2016.
Okay.
And then we filed the statement of information in 2017. So we were late filing the 2017 statement of information. This should have been filed in 2016 or at the beginning of 2017. And then what it's saying here, and this is the key to legal compliance, right? Is that it's saying that you have to do it every 2 years, not from the date of the last filing. So we filed in August 2017. So if it was the date that we last filed it, the due date would be August 2020. No, 2019. It would be August 2019. But what they're saying here in the directions that that this would be a policy that we are required to file every 2 years from the original registration date, right?
Yeah.
Based on the original registration date. So this would become not only it's a law, but it's also a policy internally. So what we're going to do for this one is, so here's the policy and needs to be added to Articles of Incorporation, is that we are required to file the statement of information every 2 years based on the original registration date of the corporation. So that would mean that if we registered, it says we registered in August 9th, 2016. So if we come down here and it says that you registered in August 9th, then the statement of information is due between March and August. So it's basically due by the last day of August, which is August 31st. Okay, so then over here, our policy would be, so for specifically for WCTC, the policy is, the policy due date is August 31st of every even year. So this would be August 31st, 2018, August 31st, 2020, August 31st, 2022, etc., etc. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is what legal compliance is all about. It's about creating policies and setting up the organization in a way so that we can do reminders and ensure that we're never late and with all of our compliance. Otherwise, we have to pay fees. So we have to pay $50 because we didn't do this. But we live and we learn. The reason why we didn't do this is because we thought we were compliant, right? So we thought because we filed in 2017, it wouldn't be due till 2019, but it actually turns out you have to file it every 2 years from the registration date, not the last time you filed. Okay, so that leaves us in a situation where we weren't compliant, and then we're going to fix it, change our policies, and make sure we're compliant in the future. So we also need to look at Community Life Network. We need to look at and other organizations and set policies accordingly. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. And again, this type of policy doesn't need to be approved, but it does need to be added to the Articles of Incorporation. So we need to amend the Articles of Incorporation. So this would be a responsibility, amend the Articles of Incorporation to reflect new government law and regulation. So we put all government laws and regulations in the Articles of Incorporation if we can. We could also say bylaws and bylaws. All right. So let's get rid of all this bold. Don't need that bold. All right. So what we need to do here is twofold. One, we need to pay the $50. So we still need to research online payments for franchise tax boards. So we need to go to the website, go to ftb.ca.gov, and see if they have online payment portal for businesses. From there, we need to file the Statement of Information for 2018. But let's really quickly look up Community Life Network. So if we go to Business Search, and we do corporation name, and we do Community Life Network, we have Community Life Network Incorporated. All right, so we have two SIs. So we filed, our registration was 2007. We were obviously very late, or maybe they didn't have it online. Maybe they didn't do SIs online. But we can see here the due date is the last day of February, which is why we got the thing in the mail that says February 28th. So for CLN, the policy due date is February 28th of every odd year, right?
Yeah.
Let's double check though. So it says, yeah, so it's odd. So it's 2007, so it would be 2007, 2009, etc., etc. So that would be every odd year. So that would be February 28th, 2019. So this is the one that we're late on. Then it would be February 28th, 2021, etc., etc. All right?
Yeah.
All right, so we need to file, we have to actually file two. So there's actually two responsibilities here. So we put a thing here. So there's the tax penalty, which is separate, but then we have this statement, statement of information for CLN, and then we also have the statement of information for WCDC. So we have to do both of them. Okay?
Okay.
And the tax penalty has to do that. So let's do the WCTC statement of information first. So we would go to sos.ca.gov. We go to business. We would say corporate statement of information file online. Enter corporation number. All right. So, oh no, corporation name. Here we go. So we're doing WCTC first. World Collaborative for Transformative Community. Looks good. Continue filing. Is a corporation formed to manage a common interest development? No. No. Continue.
Continue.
All right, so we pretty much want to copy the previous one. So we need to go back and search for WCTC. And then we can basically copy what is already there. Boom. So we're just going to use the one from the previous year. So we have World Collaborative for Transformative Community. It might already be there. Let's see what's on there. All right. Yeah, so that's already there. Address. 705 Alberta Row. Mailing address to the corporation if required. I think we can do that. P.O. Box 20175. Yeah. Oh, wait. In care of attention? No. Chief Executive Officer is going to be me. Same address. Oops. All right, so then the secretary. So we have me, and then secretary is Heather. .303 5th. Oops. 330 5th. Fifth Avenue. How do you spell fifth? Let's see. Fifth. Fifth. Fifth Third Bank. Yep. So it's spelled Fifth Avenue. It's correct. Half Moon Bay. California. 94019.
Chief Executive Officer. Oh, you already put it. Chief Finance. Financial Officer.
94019. Cool. All right. Check the appropriate provision below. Name the agent for service of process. So I do want to check one other thing. It is technically possible to do the form. So there's the SI 100 nonprofit form.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So the things that are kind of better with the form is that if you do the physical form, mail submission cover sheet, you can add comments, which is kind of cool. Return address. You have to pay original copy and certification fees. If applicable, include original copy and certification fees of submission for applicable copy. So you can get an official copy back, but I don't know if that's necessary because they put it on the website. So the filing fee is $20, so it's the same that you can get a copy if you want, and that costs money. But one thing is that the chief executive officer, you can add, that it's executive director. So for us, it's not chief executive officer. We do executive, actually we do the chairperson of the board. So that is, if we want to do it correct, we would have to fill out the form directly, because this is the only way to get the information correct.
Yeah.
If we want to add that in there. Service the process might either an individual or corporation. So it's either individual or corporation. Okay, record your search to manage common interest development. Cool. So I mean, it's pretty minor. I mean, it would just be adding the fact that they're not a chief financial officer. They're the board treasurer, right? Treasurer of the board, and then chairperson, board chairperson. So you have board chairperson and board board treasurer. And that's actually important because technically we don't have officers. We're a board only organization, but it's a gray area, right? But if we were doing it correctly, we would do the physical form. So I'm going to add that in, that we would make a policy. So add to policy that we file the physical form when possible, not past due, with the correct titles of each board position, since we are a board-only organization. Board-only organization and non-profit with a chairperson and treasurer. Cool. So I would do that as well, just because it just looks better and more professional, and then we're even more compliant. So the more compliant we are by being as transparent as possible with the correct information, the better. So by filling out the physical form, it gives us better information. But for now, we're not going to worry about that because we're so past due. We might as well just get this in right. Yeah, let's get it in right away. Alright, so individual, agent, corporation, and street address of agent of service. The information given here is correct. Title, so chairperson, board, chairperson. Continue filing. Proceed to check out. All right, so now I need to get our nonprofit.
Oh, yeah, good. Visa or MasterCard?
Oh, no, yet. So we got Innovate United. All right, here's WCTC. So we have the FQN workers account. So I'm just going to use the FQN workers account that we use for payroll, just because it's available. Okay. Called her the name, plastic credit card. All right, so it's time to stop the recording. All right, so I think we showed how to file a statement of information and how to look up corporations and do all the compliance. So training is done.